Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirah and Izzati binti Jefry, and I would like to present about women safety application using geolocation that's specially developed to protect women from female crimes. These are outline for this slide. The first outline is introduction, second outline is problem statement, third outline is methodology, fourth outline is development phase, and the last outline is conclusions. Next, we go to the introduction. Women's safety nowadays has become a concern for women. The increase in crime rates against women in terms of mental and sexual abuse, rape, robbery, and domestic violence increases their fear of becoming victim to such crime as they navigate through workplace, home, and street at their own risk. This situation affected their freedom of mobility, reduced them to participate in activities involving society due to such fear. Negatively, this will impact their health and well-being as a whole. Based on data reported by Malaysia Royal Police (RMP), 11,914 cases of sexual harassment involving women were recorded from 2018 to 2020. Thus, a hard measure must be taken to overcome this problem. We go to the problem statement. There are three problem statements. The first problem statement is increasing cases. Malay Mail in 2017 reported that based on police statistics, 57,519 cases of violence against women have been reported from the year 2010 to March 2017. The increasing number of cases has caused fearful among them, especially going to police. Second problem statement is panic calls. Finding the right contact in the list of contacts from a smartphone can be troublesome, especially in panic situations. They will have to manually search the contact name and making calls or texts. However, some calls are not answered. The same goes to the text messaging. The third problem statement is location tracking. In panic situation, it can be difficult for the victim to explain their exact location to the call receiver, which may lead to the misallocate of the event. Therefore, a women's safety mobile application aims to help women who in danger to get help and inform their current location quickly. This application uses a geolocation method to track the current location of the victim. Next, we go to the methodology. Geolocation is the capability to track the device's location. It allows users to know the location of the device based on graphical coordinates. There are four types of geolocation technology. The first type of geolocation technology is Global Positioning System, GPS. Geolocation uses GPS chips that have been installed in smartphones to track the longitude and latitude to determine the user's current position. Second geolocation technologies is cell ID. Cell ID is used to find location of a phone by comparing user data with station data when GPS is not working. The third geolocation technology is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is only able to determine the location in the small coverage. And the fourth geolocation technology is geofencing. Geofencing used to determine the distance of user from a specific location. Geofencing also have its own type, which are a static geofencing, dynamic geofencing, and combined geofencing. Next, we go to the summary of technique. There are three techniques have been compared in order to choose only one technique that will be selected to be applied in the project. The first technique is Bluetooth Low Energy, BLE. BLE commonly referred to smart Bluetooth where it uses less power than traditional Bluetooth. Many other domains easily access the BLE apps such as smart cities, smart home, smartphone, and smartwatch. Second technique is network-based. Network-based is an algorithm that allows tracking of a user mobile location based on radio signal from the base station locality. The third technique is location-based service, LBS. In order to deliver targeted information based on their geographic position in real time, location-based service combines geospatial information and internet technologies. LBS is more accurate than BLE and network-based because it uses GPS satellite to get the latitude and longitude to determine the person's current position. These three techniques have its own advantages and disadvantages Based on these three techniques that have been compared, only one technique selected based on suitability of the project. Therefore, location-based service have been chosen because of its advantages. These are four examples of applications that use location-based technology. The first app is travel and tourism. Second app is health and fitness. Third app is retail. And the last app is restaurant. Next, for justification, there are two comparisons have been made. Firstly, comparison based on the technique, and second one is comparison of feature based on existing apps. Comparison of technique, location-based service have been selected to develop applications since these techniques are commonly used to develop mobile applications. These are advantages of location-based service. The first advantages is LBS is more accurate because it uses satellite. Second advantages is it gives user access to nearby location information. And the third advantages is not limited to any application. For the comparison of feature, some important features to be created in the mobile app have been selected. The first one is sharing location. It is to track the user's current location and send it to contact list. Second feature is emergency call. Call the emergency contact number immediately. And the third feature is SOS alarm to grab attention of people surrounding. Next, methodology diagram. The methodology to be used for women safety application is the waterfall model. This model is one of the software development life cycle (SDLC), and this model is still widely used until this day for the system development. This model is a sequential project management methodology where it follows the sequence of phases in the waterfall model. For example, one phase must be completed before the next phase begins. There are five phases in waterfall model. The first phase is requirement gathering and analysis. All the application requirement, features, and other information that related to the project will be collected. Second phase is system design. In this phase, the activity design interface and storyboard of the application. Next, third phase is implementation. In this phase, the code will be created and integrate the source code. Next phase, fourth phase is testing. In this phase, it will test the integrate source code. Final phase is maintenance. Based on the result of testing, it will make a improvement and modify the application if the features are not working as expected. Next is system architecture. The figure shows the seven entities such as GPS satellite, the user of the application, GPS system, internet contact list, emergency call, and SOS alarm. Each of these entities has an association with each other. The association between entities begin with the GPS satellite send a signal to the user when the user uses the application. The important thing, the user need to ensure that the user's smartphone is connected to the internet if the user want to access the GPS system. Once the user's smartphone is connected to the internet, the user can use the GPS system to fetch their current location and then send the location to the contact list that they save in the application. To get the user's current location, the contact list also need to be connected to the internet. Entities such as emergency call, contact list, and SOS alarm are features found in the women safety application. Application interface. This is a system interface for women safety application. There are various features in this mobile application. The main feature are emergency call, where this feature will call the emergency contact number immediately. Share user's current location. Contact list, where this feature allow user can add, edit, and delete list of contact number, and SOS alarm, where this feature will emit the siren sound. This app also has another feature such as info, where this feature share about law of women, guide the woman how to learn self-defense, and some video about the self-defense. Next is a testing phase. There are four main features in this app, which are emergency calls, sharing the current location, contact list, and SOS alarm. Each of these features need to be tested to ensure that it works as expected without any error. These features are the main features of the women safety application. There are four main features. The first main features is emergency call. These features will be tested to test the emergency call function, whether successfully call the emergency contact number immediately or not. Second main features is share current location. It will be tested to test this feature function to share the current location, whether it successfully share the user's current location or not. The third main feature is contact list to test the functionality of this button in the contact list feature, whether successful and can be used as expected or not. Last main features is SOS alarm. SOS alarm will be tested to test the SOS alarm function, whether it successfully emits the siren sound or not. Next is second testing phase. From the main features, there are more test cases that need to be tested. For example, the first test cases is click on emergency call button. The expected output for this test case is successfully call the emergency contact number immediately, and then the actual output will be passed. If the emergency call button failed to function, then the actual output will be failed. So based on the result tested, it shows that all the test case is passed. Then work as expected. Lastly is conclusion part. In conclusion, all three objectives of this project have been achieved, although the project has been successfully developed, and there are also some limitations found during this project were developed. There are three limitations found during this project were developed. The first limitation is this app requires internet connection. Since it uses a GPS internet connection, it is important to have GPS detect the user's current location. Second limitation is must ensure that the phone has a credit balance or top up to send the SMS and to make emergency calls. The third limitation is this app cannot be implemented for iOS device. These are the recommendations that can be made for the feature improvement. First recommendation is this app can be used even without internet connection. Second recommendation is this app can have a feature such as sharing location live stream just like the function in WhatsApp. And the third recommendation is this app can be implemented on iOS device. That's all from me. Thank you.